Hello friends, my name is Habib. Today we are going to learn how to create a beautiful drop-down menu using HTML and Sass. Before you watch this video, make sure that you have watched my Introduction to HTML and Introduction to Sass videos, or at least just have a basic knowledge of HTML and Sass. So anyways, now I am going to open VS Code. So anyways, once we do that, on VS Code click on File, Open Folder, Documents, create a new folder naming it Dropdown, then open. So anyways, now that the folder is opened, we have to create a new file naming it index.html, a new folder naming it scss, and a new file naming it index.scss. Now we have to open up our terminal. On the terminal, we have to cd into the scss folder, then write sass --watch index.scss. which is going to convert the Sass file into a CSS file. Now open up Google Chrome or any browser you want or like. So anyways, while it is opening, write HTML5. And now in the body write link rel equals style sheet, href equals sass css index.css. The reason why we did that is because HTML does not support Sass directly. So anyways, once your browser is finished opening, copy the path of the HTML file and paste it in the search bar. Now you see that we have a blank page, like what always happens. Now create a H1 that says Dropdown menu style equals text align center, which just aligns to this text to the center. And font size 50px to make it very big and clear. Drop down menu doesn't look so good, but it's enough, it's good enough. So anyways, also create a select with an ID of select. And 8 options. So normally you would write them out manually, but you can write option times 8 to give you 8 options. We're just going to leave this value since they don't do anything. So anyways, the option I'm going to write different programming languages, C++, JavaScript, and also you can write anything you want in these options. It doesn't have to be limited to one thing. Ruby, HTML, Dart, L, name. Lastly, Lisp. Save and reload. Pretty cool, don't you think? Well, actually it's not pretty cool, it's pretty uncool, because this is pretty, you know, plain and boring. You know, how it always looks when he starts out. So the index of SES, that's right. At import URL, and then search for Google Fonts. Open a new tab and search for Google Fonts. Rubik Bubbles, a font that I'm very fond of. Now click on this first link. Now if you haven't selected this font already, you could, this, instead of being a minus button, it will be a plus button. But if you know how to import fonts into your HTML file, then choose whatever font you want. If you know how to import your font into a HTML file, then choose whatever font you want. So anyways, I'm going to copy all of this. Just ignore how long it is. I've selected a lot of fonts anyways. Copy, delete this useless rubbish, and then paste. Save and then reload. And now you see that it's not working. That is because we have to actually, you know, include the font family. Like asterisk, font family, like Rubik Bubbles. Also, the previous one was a mistake, just ignore it. Anyways, Rubik Bubbles, very bubbly, and then cursive. Close the tab, and then Rubik Bubbles. A new font makes it a little bit more beautiful. But it's just a little bit more beautiful. We want it to be a million times more beautiful. So now write $sign per is equal to 20%. We're going to use this variable later. Hashtag select appearance none. Now you see that when I do that, it looks more boring. It looks more boring than the previous one. Well, this appearance none basically removed all of its features. The appearance none allows us to actually style this drop down menu, because normally we can't do that. Now write position relative top 10%, left 30%. We're going to see what these do later, but basically this position relative, it just allows these top and left things to, you know, actually do something. But because without this, then these wouldn't work. This top 10%, it just moves it more up, while this left 30%, it moves it more to the left by 30%. Let's save and reload. Now you can see the effects. Now give it a font size of 50 pixels. Now you can see it's pretty big, like how everything should be big. And then align the text to the center. Now all of this text is aligned to the very center of this box thing. Now we've not gotten to the point of styling the boxing just yet, but just you wait, this box is going to look beautiful. And this text align center just aligns all of these into the center. Alright, background color, cornflower blue, like always. Now you see that it's more bluish. Anyways, give it a width of 500 pixels and a height of 100 pixels. Now it makes it more thicker. Not only does it make it more thicker, but it also makes it it also gives it more height. So anyways, also give it a border radius of 10 pixels. This border radius, it basically just rounds the corners more so they can be more rounded. Now give it a box shadow. Inset 0010px RGBA. Remove all this rubbish. 0,0,0,0.5. Now what this does is just that this code just gives us this border inside of this drop down to make it look more cooler. So anyways, right, border 2.5 pixels solid, RGB 27, 65, 87, and also give it a transition of 0.5 S, which stands for seconds. This border, it just gives it this border. Now it's not really clear, but if I increase its size, the border size, now it becomes much more clear. So anyways, right, and hover, which is just Sass's ways of hover. Now you could do hover the normal way, but I find this way more efficient. Height 120px and then width 520px. So what this basically does is that when this is hovered over, which is this line of code, it is going to change the height and the width to these numbers specified over here. And the transition 0.5s makes it the transition from this state to this state more smoother. So anyways, it's time to finally style, no, not optional, option. But anyways, it's time to finally style these after many years of not being styled. So wait, option, font size 30px. Makes the font size more smaller and more manageable. And also write an int child odd color lighten, which just makes it more lighter. Lighten makes it more lighter. Anyways, how this works is that you have to put the color you want to lighten into here, and this is the percentage or amount you want to lighten it. So for example, I could write 50%, then it will lighten it by 50%. But anyways, right, RGB 247 206 66. $per plus 50. Now you see it is more white. Not only that, but also give it a background color of, yeah, basically the same thing as this. Much better. So now copy this, paste, do a bunch of backspaces to tab it correctly, and then write evil. Now if you want to know more about this child, make sure that you have watched my video on HTML lists. So anyways, we just do the same thing except that it's RGB 27, 87, and 72, and this time it's per plus 20, not 50. Delete all of this. Alright, RGB, yeah, just the same. This one is going to be the same thing as this one. Now save, reload. Wow, this thing looks so mind-bogglingly beautiful. So anyways, that is it for the drop-down menu. But now it's time to style the body. Right, body. But this is just going to be a very small styling, not anything very big, so big that it can destroy the entire world. So just write box shadow 00200px RGBA 0,0,0,0.5. And also add a background color of gold. Now you see that this gold color isn't really beautiful, so hover over this square and then just slide this one left. Or you can just write RGB 255, 243, and 177. So anyways, this box shadow isn't really any good, so I'm going to remove it. Plain, beautiful drop-down menu. Add a semicolon. There we go. Wait a minute, I forgot the most important thing of this all. You see, our HTML drop-down menu is still named document, as you see here. So you have to go to the title, change this from the default document to drop-down menu. There we go, beautiful. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, ObaCode. Bye!